I'm Brandon.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Noah.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Delaney.
I'm Mitch.
First, we're going to start with some audience participation. Please turn to your neighbor and introduce yourselves if you don't already know them. Gently quote or pinch your neighbor. Keyword being gently. I saw that. Now, rate the level of pain on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being intolerable. What was your level of pain? Show of hands on a scale from 1 to 4, minimal pain. 5 to 7, moderate pain. And 8 to 10, intolerable.
For you, it might not have been painful, but for people with hypersensitivity to touch, that would be excruciating. Billions of dollars are spent annually on people with chronic pain conditions. Some individuals may have hypersensitivity to gentle touch or normal limb movement, which is one of the most troublesome aspects of inflammatory pain. Pain is caused by the signals that are firing in the sensory neurons that can last for weeks, months, or even years.
The transcendent receptor potential antigen 1 is the ion channel that is thought to regulate this neuron sensory process, such as touch. TRPA1 is found in the nerve membrane of humans. The protein has not been isolated yet, but researchers are currently trying to isolate TRPA1. Because TRPA1 hasn't been isolated yet, we modeled the homology model, mechanosensitive channel of the large conductance, or MSCL, which is found in the cell membrane of bacteria. So the model on the left is MSCL, which is the model that we built for a 3D model, and then they actually know what that looks like, and that's the shape of it because they have isolated yet. The model on the right is TRPA1, which is what they think it looks like. They haven't isolated it yet, so they don't know. But they know that they act similarly, so that's why we used it.
Research has been done to show what happens to the ion channels with TRPA1 in mice to show pain withdrawal. This was done by using von Frey filaments. Von Frey filaments are used to test sensitivity by having different sized filaments. The smaller filaments are generally harder to detect when used. However, the larger filaments, the stronger the effect it will have on the nerve. When Dr. Delaney uses the filaments on a non-inflamed mouse paw, even the larger filament doesn't cause a strong reaction. After Dr. Delaney inflames the paw, the reaction to the smaller filament is greater than any reaction from the non-inflamed paw. The skin nerves react greater when the paw is inflamed. And up on the screen shows the difference between an inflamed and uninflamed paw of a mouse.
In these nerve membranes, there are TRPA1 proteins that regulate the amount of sodium and calcium ions that pass through the TRPA1 when activated. When TRPA1 is behaving normally, it will allow sodium and calcium ions through the channel at a regulated pace. The PowerPoint shows the ions traveling through the channel. The balls that are being thrown represent the sodium and calcium ions. When the paw is inflamed, TRPA1 reacts abnormally and does not regulate the flow of ions, causing continuous nerve action. The research showed that when mice have hypersensitivity to touch, it causes TRPA1 to act abnormally. This is thought to be true in humans as well.
This is data from our research that has been done by our mentors. The graph shows the pain withdrawal threshold of a mouse paw. At baseline, the threshold was around 5. When the paw was inflamed, the threshold dropped to around 1. Once the blocker drug that regulates the TRPA1 was used, the threshold went back down to baseline. The picture on the left shows the skin nerve fiber of a mouse paw. The nerve measures the response of a sensory nerve terminal in the skin to stimuli. The graph on the right shows the action potential of the paw. When the paw is uninflamed, the action potential is around 5 Hz with a 200 millimeter filament. Once the paw is inflamed, the action potential is around 13 Hz with a 200 millimeter filament. And after the blocker drug was used, the action potential went back down to around 5 Hz. with the 200 million sodium.
This is our model, MSCL. The maroon amino acids create a constriction at the cytoplasmic surface. The teal amino acids are thought to play a role in the diameter of the channel pore. The navy amino acids help form a possible ligand binding site and can potentially participate in the ion conduction pathway. The yellow amino acids may play a role in sensing membrane stretch.
Chronic pain can affect many people, such as veterans, elderly, small children, and even the average person. Through the research, it is believed that the protein TRPA1 is involved in many stages of chronic pain. Thousands of individuals have chronic pain. These are only a few examples of them. Chronic pain is not specific to one gender, race, or age. This can affect anyone. Remember the next time that you feel anything, it is TRPA1 ion channel working. And we would like to thank
Andy Wire and Catherine Zappi, our mentors from the Medical College.
Shannon Colton and Gina Vogt, thanks for everything you do with the SMART team. You make this all possible for us.
The CBM staff,
And MSOE. Thank you guys.